You are no longer valuable, Maren. That's what he said. In front of everyone, the CEO, the god of our glass tower, dismissing me like an obsolete machine. His voice carried through the boardroom, steady, smug, merciless. I remember the air turning thick. Every executive kept their eyes down. Nobody dared breathe. My badge felt heavy in my hand. I walked forward, calm, placed it on the table next to his untouched espresso. Then I looked him in the eye and said, "Then I suggest you explain to the investors why the product goes offline in exactly 9 minutes." Silence. Confusion. Then the clock started ticking. I met Adrian Vale 7 years ago when he still pretended to be human. Back then, he called me his secret weapon. Said my ideas would change the company, change his company. He was magnetic. A mind like fire, ambition that burned everything around it. I was drawn to it, foolishly. Believed that loyalty and brilliance would protect me. Believed that the long nights and missed birthdays meant something. I built everything for him. The architecture of the company's flagship system, the algorithm that powered our predictive network, every innovation that made his name worth billions, mine. But my name? It never left the footnotes. The betrayal didn't arrive with a knife. It came in whispers, small, invisible cuts. Meetings where I wasn't invited. Projects realigned without notice. My access restricted for compliance reasons. Then came the leak, a confidential internal report I wasn't supposed to see. My name was stripped from the patent list. The invention I created credited entirely to him. When I confronted him privately, he smiled. "It's business, Maren. Don't take it personally." That was the moment something inside me cooled. Not broke, froze. I didn't shout, didn't cry. I nodded, walked out, and started my own countdown. I knew every wire in that system, every dependency buried deep beneath the layers of code. I'd built it to be efficient, self-learning, and loyal only to its architect. I began rewriting quietly, a series of dormant scripts scattered across the servers like dust. Invisible, harmless, until they weren't. The first line of code I named Salome. The second, Judgment. At night, I'd sit in the dark, watching the system hum, planning, adjusting, waiting. He thought he'd erased me. But you can't delete a ghost that built the walls around you. Step 1 was subtle, misinformation. I let the investors hear rumors, an upcoming vulnerability in the predictive network, a whisper about an insider with access to the architecture. Step 2, documentation. I made sure every email, every version log, every timestamp led back to him. The genius CEO who insisted on direct control of all core assets. Step 3, the fuse. A recursive loop hidden in the analytics server, dormant until triggered by a simple condition, my badge deactivation. The system would slowly shut down, function by function, cascading through the global network. Graceful degradation, they'd call it. I called it justice. I didn't want chaos. I wanted clarity. I wanted him to feel the slow unraveling of his empire, knowing exactly whose hands pulled the thread. And now, here we were, boardroom, 42nd floor, everyone polished and silent as he made his grand gesture of power. "You are no longer valuable, Maren." He expected tears or begging. Instead, I said it, softly, deliberately. "Then I suggest you explain to the investors why the product goes offline in exactly 9 minutes." I didn't wait for a response. I turned, walked out. My heels clicked against the marble, steady, like a clock counting down. By the time the elevator doors closed, the first alert would have appeared on the control dashboard. By the time I stepped onto the street, the predictive network would start to desynchronize. By the time I reached the corner cafe, Adrian Vale's empire would begin to bleed. Minute 1, diagnostics trigger. The team thinks it's a glitch. Minute 3, Regional systems report failures. No predictive output, no client sync. Minute 5, phones start ringing, executives shouting, investors demanding answers. Minute 7, Adrian's voice, calm but cracking, echoes through the control room. Find her, get Maren back here. Minute 9, silence. The system goes dark. Every account, every client, every trace of data suspended. A digital blackout that would cost him billions. And then, the final touch. An automated message sent to the investor board from his own encrypted account. Attached, a detailed report showing every unethical action he took. Patent theft, employee manipulation, falsified audits, all time-stamped, verified, and irreversible. He'd never recover. I sat in that cafe, sipping coffee, as the world around me buzzed with the headlines. Vail Corp systems down, CEO under investigation. I didn't smile, I didn't need to. He'd built an empire on the backs of people he deemed replaceable. But the system he used to rise, the one I gave him, was loyal to its creator, not its thief. When the authorities arrived at his office, I imagined the look on his face. The dawning realization that the person he discarded had written his ending long before he spoke those words. You are no longer valuable. No, Adrian, you never understood value. Value isn't what someone gives you, it's what they can take away. People think revenge is fire, that it burns hot, fast, consuming everything. They're wrong. Revenge is cold. It's patience sharpened into precision. It's silence when you could scream, calculation when you could collapse. I didn't destroy him out of rage. I simply returned what he'd given me, emptiness, dressed as gratitude. And when his empire fell, I didn't watch the flames, I just walked away. Because true power isn't in the destruction, it's in the choice to leave it behind.